Okay, who's firework dreads over here? So this is Lil Uzi Vert, and
they say I got that money now it's bitch, like I said that. Nowadays I am on my head, I got cider.
This has got to be a joke, right? Is this one of those things that the internet is listening to ironically, but record labels can't tell the difference, so they just threw a lot of money at him, thinking people really wanted it, like snakes on a plane? It doesn't even look like he takes himself seriously. He looks like, holy shit, are you guys actually paying me to do this? Seriously, he sounds just as confused about his fame as I am.
Hey, huh?
He sounds honestly surprised that they're still recording his vocals. A little like he thought they let him in the booth as a joke.
Keep on shooting that gun, no reload.
You should definitely reload if you run out of ammo while shooting. Doesn't really do much good to keep squeezing the trigger if nothing's coming out.
Ooh, ooh.
Doesn't this just sound like a guy who's just making it up as he goes along?
Wait, what kind of Rari? 458.
Okay, there are more echo effects and ad-libs than there are actual goddamn lyrics in this verse.
Go to sleep in a jacuzzi, yeah. Waking up right to a two-piece, yeah.
This is the stupidest lyric. What the fuck is he talking about? First off, you should not fall asleep in a hot tub. You're not even supposed to be in those things for more than like 15 minutes at a time, let alone a whole night. I'm pretty sure your organs would boil and fall out of your ass. Second, what the hell do you mean you woke up to a two-piece? Like a KFC combo? Who the hell left fast food out in front of a jacuzzi? Why would he bring up such an uneventful, random scenario like this? Is this bragging? Is waking up to pruny skin and cold chicken an aspiration for someone out there? Because it sounds more like the opening of a pretentious art student film. Or does he mean like a two-piece bikini? Is there like just a bra and panties there? Is someone in the bra and panties? Is he wearing the bra and panties? Or does he mean he woke up in a two-piece suit? Like he woke up in a hot tub wearing a full jacket, coat, pants, and shoes? Is this what being bad and bougie is supposed to mean for him? Because it's definitely bad. It's just more of in a uncomfortable, irresponsible sort of way.
And you know we winning. Yeah, we is not losing.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You're gonna have some serious confirmation bias to be a fan of this guy and like this verse. I don't see any other reason why this could possibly be acceptable. He had like one good line in there about snake collars or something, but that was fucking it. And I don't want to hear no crap about, oh man, it wasn't about the lyrics, man, it was about the flow all along. Get that goalpost moving bullshit out of my face, because not only does this flow also suck, writing lyrics is his job, and when you say that, you're literally excusing a rapper for doing his job badly. Sure, flow is important, and without it, you wouldn't have the voice that would make the words enjoyable to hear, but shouldn't the words at least be worthy of hearing in the first place? That's like me criticizing a shitty movie, and you going, but nah man, didn't you see the projector? It was working so well, it put the images on the screen. Doesn't fucking matter, because what was being projected was a shitty plot and stupid fucking characters. Am I being too harsh on a grown fucking man by telling him we are winning, yeah, we are not losing, is a shitty, uncreative lyric? I was willing to give this a chance, but holy shit did it fail. Overall, I give this a get the fuck out of my face. I had to go from fucking Lauryn Hill to listen to this bullshit. Because you people hate me, let's talk about Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
You know, there's usually a pattern with some bad rappers. Sometimes I'll hear a crappy single and think, okay, why do people like this guy? And then I'll look up a review or two that'll be giving him praise for his style, and I'll think, oh, come on, he can't be that good. And then I'll look up the album myself, and while I expect to dump on them, I end up begrudgingly admitting that, yeah, okay, there are a few things that the artist does make that makes them stand out on their own. Well, with Lil Uzi Vert, yeah, that wasn't the case. He's just as bad as I thought he was going to be. Seriously though, I gave this guy a chance. His album even looked kind of cool in that it was based on the Scott Pilgrim art style. I was thinking, oh man, here it goes, another guy who I thought had absolutely nothing going for him, but check out that album art. Surely this guy has something going on, right? The Fireworks Dread guy rocking a Charles Manson t-shirt and a rap music video in 2016 with his own video inspired by Donnie Darko and Alice in Wonderland with an album that looks like it's inspired by the colorful world of the Scott Pilgrim universe? Yeah, not as interesting as you might think. I never thought I'd have to use those type of descriptions for a rapper and then have to end it with, it's basically Young Thug again. An unimposing skinny guy, weird colored dreads, high-pitched voice, mumbling while slathered in autotune, can't focus on a topic to save his life that isn't money. Sure, there's less referencing to pulling up on people like Pampers, but the presentation is basically the same. I mean, sure, Lil Yachty's basically the same too, but he at least sounds a little different. I mean, he sounds like Barney the Dinosaur on Quaaludes with a head cold, but, you know, different. In fact, Lil Uzi Vert, with his odd name and squeaky voice, kinda has the spectacle of looking interesting while not actually being interesting down to a science. And because all his songs are basically the same, let's look at his biggest hit so far, You Was Right.
Yeah, alright. You was right, I was wrong.
Now on the outset, you'd think this had a concept going, right? Rap song about you being right and him being wrong? What rapper even admits to being wrong? Where could this possibly end up going?
I should've never ever took her home. No. I should've just blown. I'm crying in my arms like a nigga wrecked you. Talking about a broken heart, running to the restroom.
Oh, it's about how he should have only had sex with this woman and had no established emotional connection because women are too emotional. Am I right? Oh, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, hey, here's the Scott Pilgrim tie-in right here. It's going to be about how, like Scott Pilgrim, he should have just had sex with Ramona Flowers and just left afterwards instead of having to deal with her ex-boyfriends or something like that, right? But, no, not really. There are no lyrics or storytelling allusions that in any way directly parallel Scott Pilgrim's narrative. In fact, Uzi Vert manages to do what most mainstream rappers do when they present something that could be interesting. Say it with me now. They...
Look at my mama just like we rich. Yeah. Look at my bitch like we rich.
Completely forget about it for the most part and just talk about how rich they are.
I know that you ain't got it, boy. Why you ain't just say that? They see I got that money and I was bitch like I said that.
What? So you, Uzi, you know that some guy didn't have money, and you're saying, why didn't you just say that you didn't have money? And then, upon seeing that Uzi is the one with money, that guy's girlfriend's reaction is, I said that! I don't understand what the connection's supposed to be here. Why would she respond like that? And what is she responding to? It's just not really clear what the I said that is supposed to be in reference to. Is Uzi trying to tell her that her boyfriend doesn't have any money, and she's like, yeah, Uzi, I already knew that my boyfriend was poor. You didn't have to rub it in. Or is she saying that Uzi Vert has money and saying, yep, I said that he was rich? Okay, why are you telling me this? Why is it important that you tell me that she told him that you're rich? Is she some kind of predictor of rich people?
5 niggas including me, I had to back.
Oh, wait, here you go. Here's where he's gonna make the Scott Pilgrim reference, right? I mean, he's talking about how his girlfriend has 4 ex-boyfriends. Maybe he's gonna have to protect himself from them trying to...
Try to diss me, I take it to your family. I for your sister, then make sure that she vanish.
Okay, not exactly where I thought that was going. Kinda seems like overkill, don't you think?
If you haven't said anything disrespectful to me,
I will rape your sister and cremate her ashes to destroy the appetite! And rape is not a word I like to use lightly, but, what else am I supposed to make of that? Sure, rappers talk about having sex with your girlfriend and or family members all the time, but the idea of consent is a little harder to imply when it's quickly followed by threatening to make her disappear. Maybe I'm the one reaching, but telling me you're gonna bang someone's sister and then make sure she never sees her family members again? That kind of sounds like a rape murder case to me. Either that or he convinced her to join some weird sex cult or something.
Even though we in the same room, you just locked the door, so I gotta text you.
Why would you lock the door if you're already in the same room? You lock a door when you want to keep people out of your room, but if he's already in the room, it's a little too late for that tactic to be effective. Is she just like, nope, lock the door, that means you can't talk to me now?
but see, I'm already in the room, so...
I can't hear you.
Huh, maybe I should have just boned.
Like, babe, unlock the door, gotta use the restroom. Like, I don't want a war, wanna caress you.
Yeah, babe, I just want to love you and caress you.
Don't end up like that guy's sister! Overall, yeah, I'd give this a 0 out of 5. This is bad, and in a way that kind of feels disappointing. Like I said, he does seem like he'd have at least something stylistically interesting about him, but no, it's the same auto-tuned mumble rap style that everyone is doing. And people were telling me that his verse on Bad and Bougie was his worst and that he's actually better than that. But, yeah, I didn't see any proof of that on this song or on the album that it's from. You know, maybe I was too harsh on Lil Uzi Vert. Maybe I should give him a second chance.
I should've just blown. Yeah.
Well, third chance.
Drive it like I stole it. Double parking, bitch, you better not tow it.
You know, I must admit I'm having a hard time giving a second chance to a guy who brags about double parking. I'm sorry, is that just me? I mean, I know rappers brag about doing illegal shit all the time, but most of it's excused as those illegal things either being considered cool or because they felt it was necessary to do in order to survive in a cruel society. But there's nothing necessary about double parking. It's not even a cool crime. Seriously, who the hell likes the guy who double parks? And you know, for illegal things like speeding, hey, we've all been in a hurry before. Selling drugs, hey, you can do it because you need to feed your family. Even killing someone could be justified because, hey, they were threatening your life. But the only excuse for double parking is being an asshole. For real, no one sees a guy who's double parked and thinks, oh, well, you know, maybe he just needed the extra space to help his grandmother get in the car. No, you see it and immediately think, oh, great, now I'm gonna be late because the only parking space I could find is being half occupied by a jackass who couldn't be bothered to straighten out his goddamn car. Sorry, it's just hard to find parking in DC.
I'm so young I could fuck on your niece. Yeah.
Okay, forget everything I said about the double parking thing. This is a lot worse. First off, just saying I'm so young I could do this, that's the definition of a lyric that won't age well. I mean, you're 22, so you're already almost out of the young adult range already, but even so, you think you could still say that in a concert 30 years later and not feel awkward about it? I'll put it to you like this. Have you ever heard that 1991 song Aisha by Another Bad Creation? Yeah, ask those guys nowadays if they still feel like singing about meeting prepubescent girls on a playground. Which brings me to my second point. Not that there's necessarily an age range for nieces in the first place, but assuming you're talking to your typical audience who's most likely in the 13 to 18 range, you're bragging about being so young you could have sex with the daughter of their older sibling. And yeah, that's not really... Look, can we just agree that no one should brag about how young they are in relation to the age of girls they can have sex with? That's just a bad can of worms to open up. Hi, I'm the Rap Critic, and let's talk about Lil Uzi Vert, because I'm sure this time he has something interesting to say, right? I mean, look at that title, Xo Tour Lilith 3. That's gotta be something different. I mean, it's named after the tour that The Weeknd took him out for, and a song title where you can tell exactly when the drugs started kicking in. And yes, they did just use this one image for the whole video. Save money where you can, I guess. But hell, with how people read into things, I'm surprised no one's praising this video as being some deep Andy Warhol type thing. But yeah, you know this isn't gonna be good. What, you think this song's gonna actually be about tour life? Or maybe how grateful he is to The Weeknd for his exposure? Or how fun it is to connect with the crowd? Or how taxing it is to be away from loved ones but knowing that this is how you provide for them? You think he's really gonna get into any of that? Of course he won't. He couldn't stay on topic or say anything actually interesting before, and I bet he's not gonna do it now. What, did you think this was gonna be a bit where the next lyric proved me wrong? No, of course that's not gonna happen. I just told you, he never has anything actually interesting to say. He's never gonna actually have a song with consistent lyrics or even a song with any emotional weight to it.
I don't really care if you cry.
What?
I don't really shouldn't have a lie.
Oh.
Should've saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, baby, I am not afraid to die.
Oh.
Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead.
Okay, this got dark. Man, Jesus. Okay, so apparently there's a lot of talk about what these lyrics mean and who's actually speaking here. And I mean, sure, he said she said in reference to the phrase, baby, I'm not afraid to die. And thus it would be supposed his girlfriend is going on as if to taunt him by saying, yeah, piss me off more because I'm not afraid to die and I just need one more reason to do it. But some are actually saying that the following phrase, push me to the edge, all my friends are dead, is now Uzi speaking to her, expanding upon the earlier part about her lying to him, and saying you're just pushing me even further away from you, which is fine because I'm already emotionally cold from losing so many friends to gang violence and suicide anyway. Also, when he says all my friends are dead, that could be a reference to money and how the only friends he really has are the Franklins and presidents that are on his money. Which does sound like bragging at first, but it's kind of sad when you really think about it in context. You know, at first hearing him say, I don't care if you cry sounds mean, but then when he reveals that she lied to him, you kind of have to consider how he might be conflicted on how to handle it. Is he actually being a jerk here, or is he just putting up a front because he doesn't want to get hurt again? And in turn, is she just amping up her morbid language to emotionally manipulate him, or is the dark truth of what she's saying now revealed as a possible reason why she lied in the first place? These are the types of topics to tackle that make artists more than an interesting flavor, but something that can connect with a certain aspect of what it means to be human. Not sure what any of this has to do with touring, but maybe this is the emotional turmoil he was going through while he was trying to do shows.
Phantom, that's alright. Inside all right.
And maybe instead of just talking about the color of the expensive Rolls Royce he has, maybe he's using that imagery to talk about the purity that he has inside, but the external evils.
I just want that.
Come on, dude. I'm trying to give you a chance here.
My really, I'm mad. Really, her man now.
Wait, didn't you make an earlier song where you said,
but I can do anything and I won't lose it?
Huh, guess that's not true. But you know what? Maybe this is a more emotionally mature Uzi Vert. One that understands that
everybody got the same swag now. Why the way that I chat now?
No.
Every time that you leave your spot, your girlfriend call me like, come on over.
No.
I like the way that she treat me, gon' leave you, won't leave me. I call it that Casanova.
God damn it, man! I was actually starting to respect you! I was gonna use this review to make a point that I could still like an artist's work and respect them regardless of who they were or what they did previously. Because it's not about old school or new school or subgenres, it's about what you as an individual have to say on an individual track. And that I can dig Uzi Vert when he puts real time and thought into his track. But you fucked it up!
Daddy, not your swag, I swear you fake on. Y'all ain't nigga wanna take my kid on.
K-Dance? Really?
She say, you're the worst, you're the worst. I cannot die bigger, this my universe.
The fuck are you even talking about anymore? First you were invoking death as a grim illustration of finding no pleasure in living and as a reminder of your loneliness under the weight of understanding death as an inevitable force that will consume us all. And now all of a sudden you're like,
thanks to denial, I'm immortal.
what the hell's going on in this song? Overall, I give it a 1 out of 5. I was so close to giving this guy some props for venturing out into a darker topic, but I hate how he doesn't have the balls to stick to it.